my dear students, welcome to our class. In the previous classes, we studied how messages were conveyed in the past. We also studied about the mass medias like television, newspaper, etc. Today, we are going to learn about the computer. We will also learn about how the computer was invented. Now, we will go through the new words and their meanings. Recent means happened or started only a short time ago. Incredible means difficult to believe. Inevitable means impossible to avoid. Reliable means trustworthy. Cheaply means for a low price. Now, we will see more about the computer in detail. The computer has become a part of the media in the recent years. In the 1960s and 70s, computers were mostly used by big companies and businessmen. In the past, only a very few houses had computers. In the 1980s and 90s, due to the popularity of internet, World Wide Web and email, there was a high growth in computer sales. The main advantage of internet is it helps millions of people to communicate with each other quickly. Now let's see how did the man come to invent the computer. Man learned to count long ago. The first calculating device he invented was abacus. It is a wooden frame with horizontal wires with beads. The counting is done by moving the beads one by one along the wires. The first mechanical adding machine was made by Pascal in France. It was modified by Leibniz in Germany. But it was Charles Babbage of England who made the first calculating machine called the difference engine in 1822. Hermann Hollerith designed punched cards and tabulating machines for processing data with machines. Later, these machines were used in business, industry, and government for processing data. ENIAC is the first generation computer. The full form of ENIAC is Electronic Numeric Integrated and Calculator. The invention of the transistor in 1948 led to the making of second generation computer in the 1950s. The invention of integrated circuits led to the making of third generation computer. The invention of microprocessor led to the making of fourth generation computer. The fifth generation computer, as promised by Japanese, is yet to come. Students, now we will do the model reading of the text. The computer has become a part of the media only in recent years. In the 1960s and 70s, computers were mostly used by big companies and businessmen. Very few people could buy a computer to be used at home. In the 1980s and 90s, there was an incredible growth in computer sales. The popularity of the internet, the World Wide Web, and the email have made computers inevitable in the modern world. Have you ever thought about the advantages of internet? It helps millions of people to communicate with each other quickly and cheaply. Moreover, it enables quick access to knowledge. How did man come to invent the computer? Man learned to count long ago, but the first calculating device he invented seems to have been the abacus. It is a wooden frame with horizontal rods or wires carrying beads. The counting is done by moving the beads one by one along the rods or wires. The first mechanical adding machine was made by Pascal in France and improved upon by Leibniz in Germany. But it was Charles Babbage of England who made the first calculating machine called the difference engine in 1822. Later, he designed the even more powerful analytical engine but could not get it made. Its basic design is remarkably similar to the modern electronic computer. The processing of data with mechanical machines started with the 1890 US Census. It was done with punched cards and tabulating machines designed and made by Hermann Hollerith. Later, these machines came to be used in business, industry, and the government for processing data. The first electronic computers were made in the late 40s in the USA, Germany, and England. ENIAC, made in the USA, is the best known among these first generation computers. The invention of the transistor in 1948 led to the making of the second generation machines in the 50s. Then came the third generation in the 60s with the machines using integrated circuits. The invention of the microprocessor in 1971 brought the fourth generation. With each new generation, computers have become more powerful, more reliable, smaller in size, and cheaper. The fifth generation, promised by the Japanese, is yet to come. Students, did you understand today's class? Okay, thank you, students. We will meet in the next class.